Hey guys, how you all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. Today what I have for you guys is another movie review, and yep, if you read the title, today we're reviewing Wonder Park, or maybe that should have been called Wonderland. I don't know. Anyway, before I get into this review, I do want to tell you guys that I have not seen any of the reviews. I don't even know what the movie's doing in terms of, like, Rotten Tomato crap, or what people are saying, or even how much money it's making. I don't look at any of that stuff. I have a feeling it's not doing too well, but yeah, so I'm going into this review as I do with basically every single movie, completely free of anyone else's opinion. So yeah, let's just get right into this. Wonder Park. Now, first of all, I have an issue with the name. It's called Wonder Park, yet, to my knowledge, to my extent of my knowledge, I don't remember ever hearing the words Wonder Park in the entire movie. They say Wonderland throughout literally 99% of this film. Oh, Wonderland, we gotta say Wonderland, we gotta do that to Wonderland. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's called Wonder Park. Why are you saying Wonderlands? I don't know, that's just a pet peeve. That's not going to be part of my actual review. I just had to say that, because that's just annoying. Why would you call it that when it's, I don't know. Anyway, now, another thing I have to say is that, I don't want to be too harsh on this movie. I try to find the good in every film. However, if you saw the trailers for Wonder Park, Wonderland, whatever, Wonder Park, essentially, to me, it looks very poorly made. The animation didn't look too good. It just looked like a kid's film. And that's nothing against kids' films. There are some kids' films that I do watch and that are entertaining, but there's a difference between, and you guys know this if you've seen any of my videos, but I'm going to say it again, because it pertains to this. There's a difference between a kid's film and an all-ages film. Some examples of some kids' films would be Wonder Park, Shrek, let's see, what else? The Emoji Movie. I can't list things off the top of my head, but again, you can tell a kid's film from a mile away. And then there's these things called all-ages films, which is something that a kid will watch and like, but also an adult or a teenager will also really love. And I'm talking about Pixar, most of the DreamWorks, the Lego movies, all 4 of those, The Adventures of Tintin, most of the things by Laika, especially Kubo and Coraline, just Disney films in general. There's a lot of films like that a kid could watch, and a teen and an adult, and have just as much fun, if not more. But I do have to mention this also. The Lego Movie 2, right? All ages film, masterpiece of a film in my opinion. I love all 4. But when I went to see the Lego Movie 2, I saw it 3 times in theaters. I know. I really like it. There were no kids in literally every single theater. None. 0 kids. It was all teens and all adults. So what does that tell you? Lego's for kids! It's not. It's for everyone. And that just proves it. Wonder Park. You look at the trailer and you go, oh, that's a kid's film. It is, because today there were like 55 kids. But here's the weird thing. None of the kids were showing any emotion. Like, 0. I was laughing at a few parts, which we'll get into in a minute. And there were a few adults laughing. Which, it's weird, because then I could go, okay, Wonder Park is a kid's film. But then the kids didn't have any emotion. They didn't cry, they didn't laugh, they didn't do anything. So I don't really know what this movie is geared for. I will say it's a kid's film. Like, I'm not going to buy this on Blu-ray. But again, I don't want to give it a bad review and just be like, oh, it's a kid's movie, F. You know what I mean? I have to give it reasons, and that's good, right? I mean, I hope I would. So, yes, it is a kid's film. I don't think many teens and adults are going to enjoy this, watching by themselves or with their friends. It's nothing like that. However, is this an entertaining movie? Yeah, it really is. I mean, again, I don't want this to go against what I just said, but yes, it's a kid's film, but is it entertaining for adults? Yeah, it's a short little hour and 28-minute movie. But yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. I wasn't bored. I wasn't, wanting to walk out. I mean, I sat through it. It was an okay movie, and it's entertaining. But there are a few flaws. There are some really strong things about it, but for Nickelodeon movies, when they made this, you guys, they should have made Tintin too. I mean, seriously. You look at Wonder Park and Tintin, which one's better? There's no choice in that. But Wonder Park, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. The animation. When I saw the trailer, the animation didn't look too good. It looked pretty cookie-cutter, right? I mean, nothing like the Lego movies, nothing like DreamWorks, nothing like Pixar, nothing like Disney. I mean, like any of those, strong foundation animated film, producers. Nothing like that. However, I was pleasantly surprised that the animation in the movie did look a little better than the trailer. However, Is it up to date with what you would expect in 2019? No, it isn't. Is it bad animation? No, it isn't. In fact, it's pretty good animation. But to me, when I look at animation, I look at things now and go, okay, we're in 2019 now. There's a pretty high bar, I mean, just look at the Lego movies and Disney and all those. They look so good. And then this one, it's just like a little bit of a step down, So it isn't bad. It's not like terrible, B-rated animated movies, straight to DVD garbage. But is it the best looking film? No. But it surpasses. It's average. I'll give the animation a C. Or a C+, something like that. It's okay. Not bad, not great. And then, of course, you get to the script. Now, the script is a little weird. The script kind of falls apart in some degrees. There's certain scenes from the trailers that were pretty funny. They're not even in the movie, as with a lot of other films they do that, which I'm really annoyed about. They do certain things that don't make sense, or the editing just cuts really quick, or the sound will dip. Maybe it was the theater, I don't know, but the sound was really weird, and then, I don't know. So, this kind of gives a sense of rushed, not 100% done, And again, I really want to like this movie, and I do. It's just that everything about it just screams average, or not good enough, Did I have high hopes of this film? No. I mean, just from the trailers, it looked like garbage. A stupid kiddie movie, right? But again, kiddie movies can be good. This one isn't that great, though. It's good, but again, it's hard to explain because I don't want to say it's trash, and I don't want to say it's amazing. It's just okay. But now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the other thing. I think this is the strongest part in this movie, and it's the plot. However, the strongest part, which is the plot, can lead into another negative, which I'll explain in a second. So, the plot is this girl, June Bailey, she's, I don't know how old she is, probably 8, 9, 10. And, her and her mom, when they were little, they created a place called Wonderland. Even though they called it Wonder Park. Don't know why the hell they did that, but they did it. So, when you get to, they talk about Wonderland, and they create it and all that. And then you get to this scene. Now, I don't really want to say this is a spoiler. I guess it's a spoiler, but I don't really care. This isn't a Marvel movie. I can spoil this. If you are planning on seeing Wonder Park, I don't know, maybe skip this video until you see it. But anyway, spoiler, of course, the mom and June, they create Wonderland. And then the dad kind of helps too, but then the dad kind of realizes that the mom is getting kind of sick. I don't know what was wrong with the mom, if she had cancer, if she was had Ebola, I don't know what the heck was happening. Of course, anything that she could have gotten was, of course, very tragic and bad, and I don't make light of that. But it's like, what did she have? Just as a person, I'm like, what's wrong with her? Is she sick? What happened? But anyway, so the mom leaves, and she goes away. I don't know where the heck she went. It's like she went to, sick camp or something. Just went in her car and left. Probably to the hospital, they didn't say. But, again, it's a kid's film. You can't go too dark, right? I mean, it's for kids, right? Well, no, they went pretty friggin' dark. I mean, within the first 10 to 15 minutes, it shifts in tone. I mean, bad. I was telling a few of my buddies and, my parents after seeing this, I was like, those all-ages films like Kubo, which is something a kid and an adult could really love and get behind and enjoy? Because Kubo is for all ages, it deals with depression in a mature way. Something that a kid, of course, wouldn't get, unless you're a super-duper smart kid. And it's something that a teenager and adult, I don't have depression, so I'm not going to go, oh, that I can relate to that. But people who do, I can see how you can relate to that. And it's done in a great all-ages way, right? It doesn't make light of it. And it doesn't, do anything against that. But then, in this one, it's just kind of treated really weird. Like, oh, the mom's sick, she leaves. But then, because it's a kiddie movie, it's a kid's film, you don't expect that. You don't, it really goes from, point A, happy-go-lucky girl, creating a plan. It's a kid's film. It's awesome, great, whatever. And then, 10 minutes in, it goes to she's leaving, and June is crying, and, there's sad music playing. And it's something you wouldn't expect from a kid's film. Something in Disney, like Kubo, something like that, you can obviously tell because those are for all ages. But this one is just really strange because it comes out of, it's nowhere, So it goes happy and then really depressing sad. And then it goes back to happy. But then the happy part's when June basically goes into the forest because she's really depressed and she's trying to just go back to her dad because she thinks her dad's gonna freak out because now, of course, now her mom is gone. She went somewhere, sick camp, I'll say, and basically June goes into Wonderland. I don't know how. Maybe she ate some mushrooms. I have no idea. But she magically goes to Wonderland, and she sees all of her creations. And that's the part of the plot that I like. I like how they start in normal time, and then they kind of transfer into Wonderland, and you see June using her emotions. Yeah, okay, my mom is sick, and I feel really bad about that. And because, when her mom was with her, Wonder Park was full of life. It was crazy. It was energetic. It was amazing. And then when she starts to get anxious, well, my mom might not be okay. What's wrong with her? As a kid, your mind starts to wander, and because of that, you obviously go, oh, she's gonna die, right? Spoiler alert, she doesn't die, thank God. That'd be terrible. But anyway, so you do that, and, she goes into this park, and she sees all these animals, and that's the cool part, because her mind's going crazy. Wonder Park is going crazy, I keep messing that up. Wonder Park is going crazy, and everyone's flipping out, and all the animals that she made up with her mom are like, the darkness is here, and the chimpanzee zombies, and that's when the film starts also dipping in quality, because the quick cuts and the script really goes downhill. It's not a terrible script, but just there's some parts where you're like, that doesn't make sense, or why'd they say that, or, of course it's a kid's film, so most of the comedy, I could tell that they kind of parodied the Lego movies, all 4 of those. How those movies are really, it's all ages comedy, it'll appeal to everyone. It's very frantic, it's very action comedy, if you want to say, it's boo, 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 that. Whatever throws, and it usually sticks for me. It always sticks in those movies. This one, it really doesn't, because they were trying to copy the Lego movies and other movies like Pixar and all that. They were trying to copy their frantic style of humor, and half of it landed. I found myself laughing throughout. It's not like it's not like Holmes and Watson, basically, where I didn't really laugh that much. This movie I did laugh at, and there were other adults in the theater who were laughing too. Again, there were no emotion from the kids. I think they just wanted to leave. I don't know. But, essentially, that's where it just kind of gets weird, and then it goes back to depressing again, and then happy. So again, what I'm trying to say is the overall plot was really nicely done about a kid and her psychological emotions, and then of course trying to save a park, trying to save herself from the darkness, aka the sadness of losing her mom. But then it gets too adult in that sense. Like, what kid is going to piece that together? You know what I mean? I can see if it was for all ages, but this, you can just tell, and when you watch it, it's a kid's film. You're not going to, no kid in the world is going to go, oh, I get that correlation. I did because I'm an adult. And teens would definitely do it, but again, it's not geared for us. So it was a little weird. But, and then of course the whole tone shift is like, happy, sad, happy, sad. I don't really know what the movie was trying to be. But let's get into some good things. I think, again, the animation was pretty subpar. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't great, it was okay, so I'm going to give a for that. Script was pretty bad, but it was also pretty funny. I did laugh a little bit, so I'd say that was like that, I guess. And then you get into the plot. Overall plot was really nice. That was the strongest part. I really enjoyed the plot. However, sometimes it goes too mature for a kid's film, and it gets kind of weird. It goes from happy to sad all too quick. Eventually, yes, the mom does return, and, Wonder Park is restored. But they go on a really cool quest in Wonder Park to save her friends. And, there's certain parts where it looks pretty bad, like June's face. One part, she looks over, and she's like, whoa, like that. God, it was ugly. Her face was, like, disturbingly ugly. And then you get to, some of the other animation. The animals look great. And, of course, there's a scene with lava, and it looked great. It looks really, really good. So sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks like garbage. So, should Nickelodeon have made The Adventures of Tintin 2? Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tintin's such a great film. It's for all ages, it's amazing. This one is for kids. Not as good. But, again, I don't want to say, oh, it's a kid's film, I hate it. I found it entertaining, but I did have some flaws with it. So I'm going to give Wonder Park a C+. I won't be buying it on Blu-ray just because I found it to be a more kiddie film. However, if you are a kid watching my videos, check it out. You're probably going to like it. Or if you parents want to take your kids, see it. Or if you're a teenager or an adult and you just want to see a cool animated movie that hour and 28 minutes, go see it. Again, it's really not for anyone over the age of 10 or 8. But I did find myself enjoying it. I really, really did. And, for what it was. So, yeah, I had a few faults, but for the most part, it was a pretty entertaining movie. So, yeah, C+, it was average. And, so hope you guys enjoyed my review. Again, I tried to get that out there that there is a difference between a kid's film and all ages film. Because all my friends, in school, they'd be like, oh, that's a kid's movie. That one isn't. that one is, so you can kind of tell. And this one is geared towards kids, but I still found it pretty enjoyable. So again, C+. Tell me in the comments, guys, if you saw Wonder Park, and do you think it should have been called Wonderland? Tell me, do you want Wonder Park or Wonderland? Just me, I would have said Wonderland because that's what they say in the film, like 95% of the time. But anyway, sorry if this video was a little long, but again, most movies I really give A's to. This one I didn't, so I had to give my reasons why. I'm pretty easy to please in terms of films, but again, because this one was a kid's film, I wanted to make sure it was entertaining to an adult, me, and it was. But again, there were a few things that were a little off. So anyway, tell me in the comments if you saw Wonder Park, and again, what you think it should be called, Wonder Park or Wonderland. So thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.